All right. Part of what happens in the engineering design process is we start on a whole series of ideas. And in the course of things, sometimes our ideas get forgotten. So one key part of our process is documentation. Each of you received an engineering notebook. That's the graph paper notebook. And in order to make this a little bit more formal, I just have regular graph paper. You can see the cover, you see my desk too. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to make this page look just a little bit more formal. And the way I do that is I'm going to come over from the edge, and I have a dotted edge right over here. And I'm just going to come down. This does not have to be perfect, but you just want to take a little bit of time on here. And I'm just going in. Say this was the spine of my book right here. I'll just go in one or two. And I'm just using a black pen. Okay. I'm going all the way down to the bottom. And what this does is it gives you a frame to work in. Setting things up. And then I'm going to come down about 2 right up here. And this is where I'd put the title and my date. So right up here, I just come over 1, 2, 3. I'm going to come over about 2 inches. Now, the graph paper that you have should be 1/4 inch graph paper. So every 4 boxes is an inch, which makes it a little bit easier to use. So I'm going to come over, I think 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There we go. So this would be the spot for my title. So that would be the title of the assignment, and then I'd have my date right here. Now you're probably wondering what I'm going to put in here. We're going to start off just about every activity with an introduction, and that's going to be explaining what the person is going to read or see. Now you notice I'm printing, I'm taking a little bit of time. And I'm saying that this is going to explain what the person is going to read or see. The purpose of an engineering notebook is actually, it's got 2 primary reasons. One, you're going to be able to remember what you were talking about before on a project, because some of these things that we're going to do, we're going to use for multiple things, and we'll go back, what was I thinking then, and be able to actually remember. The other thing is an engineering notebook is set up so that if you have to share your ideas with somebody else and you're not there, they'll be able to understand what's going on without actually talking to you. Okay. The next part that we'll include is our design brief. This, your introduction, is about 2 to 3 sentences long. Your design brief is longer, and it explains in more detail the problem you are trying to solve. There is a little bit more to it, but we're getting the basics down right now. This will be longer. And you'll have another section with criteria and constraints. You are going to list those items here. Another subset, and these are all titles. You would include the title along with what you're writing. And sometimes I prefer to underline it because then it stands out. It's a way to graphically pull something out. Okay, criteria and constraints. Then we have our materials, so we can reference what we have available. And we list our materials here. All right. Then what we'll do is we'll have spaces for our brainstorming. Brainstormings, sketches, okay. And this will be on several pages, but getting the idea. If you notice, that frame makes this look a little bit more formal. When we set it up in order, it's going to show the progress of your design and project. The last couple items, we're going to have sketches, then we'll have testing, evaluation, and reflection. Now, some of you are saying this takes a lot of time. It's going to take a bit of time the first couple times. Then it becomes more natural. So we have evaluation and reflection. We might have redesign. And then we'll have a conclusion. Like I said, not all on the same page. Sometimes we will just have pages of all sorts of sketches. This is a document that logs what you've been doing. You may be actually, oh, I actually forgot one. Testing and prototypes. This one will be a whole lot of pictures, and then we'll add in testing. As we do this, we'll walk through the first couple together, but these are some of your general headlines, and there will be a reference document for you in our IED folder.